Can you hear me? Testing.
Can you hear us now?
I clicked. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Hear me now? I make a motion to close the meeting.
Second. We'll be careful.
I know.
Be adjourning meetings into September. Actually, good.
Okay, Mr. Clerk, testing, you can hear us, right?
Testing. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, let's call the meeting of the City of Tonawanda Council to order at 6:56 PM. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley.
Here.
Fisher.
Here.
Rounstraw.
Here.
Mylum.
Here.
Cook.
Here, please stand for the pledge. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. All right, thank you. You may be seated. Communications from the mayor have been ordered and filed. Communications from city officials and correspondents have also been ordered and filed. We're not going into executive session. Few housekeeping items. Resolution 3 should read as published in the Niagara Gazette on August 17th, 2024. And resolution 5, the third whereas, should read the event must be coordinated with the Parks and Recreation Director and or David Nadell. At this time, we'll now take comments on the public on the resolutions for those that are joining us in person. Oh, I'm sorry, Mayor, I'm sorry. Before we do that, I'd like to turn it over to the mayor, who's presenting a certificate of recognition to NAB Builders.
Thank you. You know, we started this actually a year ago, trying to beautify the downtown and make it acceptable. If you came over the bridge from North Tonawanda, you saw nothing. You go over to North Tonawanda, you saw beautiful pots, you saw flower, you saw. We changed that this year, and our pots are absolutely gorgeous. They're overflowing. And we actually have sponsorships of 2 plaques in each pot, and it's kind of nice. I liked it, and it expanded from the, let's say, Main Street to Niagara to also on Broad and Adams Street. So, and all of a sudden, a building popped up on William and Broad, and it was called NAB Brothers, and he put pots out there. I'm like, oh my God, little Brad, that's beautiful. And they were garbage cans. And he filled them with flowers. I went, man, that's great. I loved it. And then he went on to paint the parking lot and repave his parking. Then he went and paved his building. And then I'm like, oh my God, I think, so what I want to do is start something called the Mayor's Beautification Program for the businesses. To encourage businesses to maybe this will be contagious. Oh my God, this one did this. This one did with the flowers. The flowers are beautiful on this on here. So I put this together. It's the City of Tonawanda Certificate of Recognition, Mayor White's Beautification Program presented to NAB Builders, 57 Broad Street. With appreciation of their efforts to beautify the City of Tonawanda, which they didn't have to do. They did this on their own by paving their entire parking lot, painting their building, setting up the large flower pots with beautiful flowers on in the front of their building, watering and maintaining them. It's not that we do, they do it themselves. And I want to say congratulations to them. So I want to present them with a certificate of appreciation, a recognition for the work and the hard work and money they put into that. He didn't have to do that. And I'm hoping, I already got one for next month. First month meeting of every month, we'll do a recognition to a building business. I think that will hopefully create some enthusiasm throughout the City of Tonawanda, where other businesses will follow and do the same thing. So I made a sheet and you can call my office with the person's name, the business name, and we can put them on the list because I hope this goes all summer and winter. We can even do a dress up for winter. What businesses will do the best for, let's say, the winter, let's say lighting or let's say that type of thing. So let's make this go a little bit further. Who's going to benefit? The city of Tonawanda. It's going to make it look presentable when they come over that bridge. Then they're going to say, geez, I want to be like the city of Tonawanda. And I've had many, many businesses and people from the Chamber of Commerce say, hey, you guys have come a long way. We've just begun. So let's, without any other further ado, I want to bring up Dave Knapp from Knapp Builders. Wow, Dave, thanks for being a small part of the beautification. You did a great job. Thank you very much. Here's the certificate, and thank you.
You know, it's just big being, we do the same thing with our yard. We, it's just as easy to make something look nice than not taking care of it at all. So I appreciate, the city and everything they do for us and, just trying to return the favor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, David. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Now we'll take comments by the public on the resolutions. For those that are joining us in person, please approach the microphone. For those that are joining us virtually, there's a spot for you to raise your hand and the city clerk will call upon you. Mr. Clerk, we have a comment on the floor.
Timothy Priano, 40 North Scott Street. I'm coming up to the podium for data in regards to resolution on 3, moving the parking time. We were fortunate to have the mayor and Chris, the councilman, come out to our Scott Street get together, and it really, they walked our street, they spoke to, we all as neighbors got to speak to them and tell them about the problems that we're having on Scott Street. And the biggest problem was you turn off a Young Street, it's like a square peg going into a round hole. It's so tight with double-sided parking. And the worst is now, it started today, which is not bad, school's in session. So we have school buses trying to little section of the street, it's double parked. And people don't leave for work until 9 or 10 in the morning. So right now, the school buses are racing, going through, and we're trying to get out, and it's really been a difficult thing. But I want to thank the mayor, thank Chris for coming out to our little meet and greet. And I think that everyone should get these guys outside and into their neighborhoods so they can see what it's like in every neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Priano. Any other comments on the resolutions? Mr. Clerk, any resident wishing to address the council on the resolutions?
At this time, no, Council President.
Okay, let's proceed.
Resolution number 1. Whereas the budget workshop on Tuesday, August 27th, 2024 was not,
Mr. Clerk, that's sponsored by myself.
yes, correct.
Now
Do you
you
want to
can
get a
proceed with,
second for that?
now you can proceed with reading.
Okay. Whereas the budget workshop on Tuesday, August 27th, 2024 was not formally adjourned, it is now necessary to procedurally adjourn this said meeting.
Now therefore be it resolved that the said
Now
budget.
therefore be it resolved that the budget workshop session is formally adjourned.
Do we have a second? Seconded by Mr. Sheasley. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher, Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook,
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 2, did we have a sponsor for that?
It's Councilmember Rautenstrau.
Okay. Resolution number 2, sponsored by Councilmember Rautenstrau, resolved that the Common Council minutes from August 20th, 2024 be accepted as filed.
Do we have a second? second by Mr. Sheasley. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher, Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 3, sponsored by Councilmember Fisher. Resolved that an amendment to Tonawanda City Code Section 62-193 scheduled 15 entitled No Standing regarding the no standing of vehicles on the north side of Scott Street from Young Street to a point 44 feet west thereof be amended from 44 feet to 103 feet as published in the Niagara Gazette on August 17th, 2024.
I'll second. Comments or questions?
Comment.
Mr. Fisher.
So this was really a bipartisan effort, as the resident Tim came over and said to us. John White, Mayor, myself, we went out there, we looked at it, we want to address the concerns. It's the second time we've done this in a short bit, right, Mayor? We did Loretto Street, we've done Scott Street. Call us, we'll come out to your street, so we can get things done. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Any other comments? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 5, sponsored by Councilmember Rautenstrau, whereas a special events application was received by the city clerk.
Mr. Clerk, we're on resolution 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Resolution number 4, sponsored by Councilmember Sheasley. Resolved at the recommendation of the city engineer, Jason J. Lamonaco, that award of special inspection and testing services for the police department side entrance repair project be made to Wendell Architecture, Engineering, Surveying, and Landscape Architecture at a cost not to exceed $7,500. Funding fiscal impact $7,500 from the 2024 capital budget.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that, President.
Second by Mr. Rounstrau. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Now we're ready for resolution number 5, sponsored by Councilmember Rautenstrau. Whereas a special events application was received by the city clerk from St. Francis of Assisi to conduct their outdoor mass at the Clinton Park gazebo from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on October 5th, 2024. And whereas the application was received and commented on by all appropriate department heads to ensure the safety and well-being of our residents. And whereas all details of the above named event must be coordinated with the Parks and Recreation Director and/or David Nadell and the event chairperson. Now therefore be it resolved that permission is granted to St. Francis of Assisi to conduct the outdoor mass on October 5th, 2024 from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. and that a certificate of insurance naming the city of Tonawanda as additionally insured is filed with the city clerk no later than September 1st, 2024.
Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Fisher. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 6, sponsored by Councilmember Fisher.
That should be.
Resolved that an amendment to Tonawanda City Code 62-193, Schedule 15, entitled No Standing regarding the no standing here to corner on both sides of Paquette Parkway, approximately 60 feet from Fillmore Avenue, as published in the Niagara Gazette on August 23rd, 2024.
Mr. Clerk, Resolution 6 is sponsored by Mr. Sheasley.
Noted.
I know, yeah. Just a typo. All right, do we have a second? Second by Mr. Fisher. Comments or questions? Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher, Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted. At this time, we'll now take comments by the public following the resolutions. For those that are here in person, please approach the microphone. For those that are joining us virtually, there is a spot for you to raise your hand. Please do so and the clerk will call upon you. Mr. Clerk, any resident wishing to address the council?
No, ma'am, not at this time.
Okay. Mr. Fisher.
For the Chris Fisher Gives Back this week, it's going to 2 residents on Scott Street who asked to be the donation for Buffalo Gay Bingo. I encourage anybody who's looking for a donation for any charitable organization, reach out and Chris Fisher Gives Back program will write you a check. I want to say thank you to the mayor for working with me on the issue on Scott Street for adjusting the sign. As they said, it was a square peg in a round hole, and now that'll be corrected. I want to comment on the block party on Niagara Street that will be closed Niagara from Wheeler to Kohler. I personally observed this. It went well. It was during Porch Fest. It was a great time by all attended, well-attended event. Tonawanda Soccer has reached out about Ives Pond. I forwarded an email to the mayor about they would like permission to put a shed at Ives Pond to create some type of storage. There's no cost to the city. Tonawanda Soccer Club has indicated they will write a check for whatever it costs once the permits or permissions are hashed out. I know I've spoken to Eric, the building inspector, about, there's size requirements. If it's so big, then it would need footers and whatnot. So they're willing to adjust whatever they need to do, but they just asked that the mayor get a hold of them for that. I did send you an email on that. And that is everything.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Mr. Sheasley.
Just thank Mr. Franzak for cleaning up that from Norma. Complained about the railroad cross, the trails, rails to trails. It was a blind intersection there with all the overgrowth. They got rid of it. I went by yesterday and it really cleans that area up for safety factor. But we still don't have people that stop at that little stop sign. They just ride right through it. There's going to major accidents going to be in this regards to what. And basically that they opened up the Piquette was for there's like 3 businesses down there that receive tractor trailer and car haulers, which are just size of a tractor trailer. They couldn't make the turn into Piquette because the businesses and homeowners, because it's overnight parking, you can park there all day long. They can't get down there to do business. That's why those signs were going up to help those businesses down there get their products into operating in the city. And that's it, I think, young lady.
Thank you, Mr. Sheasley. Mr. Rounstrau.
I just want to start out just to reiterate the mayor's presentation. Thank you to Matt Village, which is under our community. You're in my ward, and someone done an amazing job. Thank you. I think the only other thing I want to mention is just a reminder to everybody that school's starting. We got buses out there, kids out there running around on the streets and the corners. So be careful, keep an eye out, take some extra precaution, especially over the next couple of weeks where there's always a little bit of chaos and people are trying to get back on schedule and figure out things. That's all I have this week. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rounstrau. Mr. Mylum.
Nothing to report.
Thank you, Mylum. Mayor?
Yes, Madam President. Again, Dave Nab, thank you. I hope it's gonna be contagious. Let's hope this thing is going. I love it. Thank you. Porch Fest went really well. I visited probably 5 different locations. It was really nice to see the musicians out there. Musicians are special people, remember that. But it was nice to see them in many locations throughout the city. And yes, school has started. My 2 grandkids went, and my concern has always been people riding their cars or driving their cars, not paying attention. So please pay attention. We got little ones out there, and they are very, very, very precious. Thank you, Madam President.
All right, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to give a happy birthday wishes to one of our residents, Norma Burnt. She recently celebrated a very special birthday. We'd like to wish her a very happy and healthy year. I know Councilman Fisher stopped by and paid her a visit. So please send our regards to her. As the mayor also echoed, start of the school year is here. We'd like to wish the students a very successful and happy school year. We wish you lots of luck this year. With that said, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Sheasley. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, have a great night, everybody.
Sean, take a look at
Yeah, I will, try to find out my way out.
Night.
You call me,
I'll call you.
3 o'clock,
Perfect, I'll call you.
but I have meetings like till 3 tomorrow.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so the beautification program, like all the details, because we're starting a new program, so,
You give me the answer. Perfect.
okay.
This is.